A powerful earthquake of magnitude 6.8 struck central Morocco on Friday night, killing at least 632 people and injuring more than 300, according to the country's interior ministry. The quake, which was the strongest to hit that part of the North African nation in more than 120 years, caused widespread damage to buildings and infrastructure, especially in the historic city of Marrakech and the surrounding villages in the Atlas Mountains. Ensure you stay well informed by subscribing to our channel, SLANT News. We provide the latest, most credible news. Thank you for considering us. The earthquake occurred at 11:03 p.m. local time, 22:03 GMT, at a relatively shallow depth of 18.5 kilometers, 11.4 miles, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS. The epicenter was located about 72 kilometers, 44.7 miles, southwest of Marrakech, near the town of Igil in the Al Haus province. The quake was felt as far away as Casablanca, Rabat, and Tangier on the Atlantic coast, as well as in neighboring Algeria. The quake triggered panic and chaos among residents and tourists, who fled their homes and hotels in search of safety. Many people spent the night outside, fearing aftershocks and further damage to their properties. State-run television showed images of collapsed buildings, cracked walls, and rubble-strewn streets in Marrakech's Old City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its historic mosques, palaces, and markets. The quake also damaged several villages in the high Atlas Mountains, where many people live in mud brick houses that are highly vulnerable to seismic shaking. The Moroccan government has declared a state of emergency and mobilized all available resources to deal with the disaster. The Interior Ministry said it has activated a crisis cell to coordinate rescue and relief efforts. The King of Morocco, Mohammed VI, expressed his condolences to the families of the victims, and ordered an immediate dispatch of medical and humanitarian aid to the affected areas. He also instructed the authorities to provide shelter, food, and clothing to those who lost their homes in the quake. The earthquake has drawn international attention and sympathy from world leaders and organizations. The head of the African Union Commission, Moussa Faki Mahamat, said he learned with great sadness of the tragic consequences of the quake and expressed his sincere condolences to the king, the Moroccan people, and the families of the victims. The French President, Emmanuel Macron, said France stands ready to help with first aid and that he was devastated by the terrible quake. The Spanish Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, said Spain is with the victims of this tragedy and offered his solidarity and support to Morocco. Other leaders who expressed their condolences included Russian President Vladimir Putin, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The earthquake was a rare and unexpected event in Morocco, which lies on the boundary between the African and Eurasian tectonic plates. The USGS said that earthquakes of this size in the region are uncommon but not unprecedented. Since 1900, there have been no earthquakes of magnitude 6 or larger within 500 kilometers. 310 miles, of this quake, and only 9 earthquakes of magnitude 5 or larger. The last major earthquake to hit Morocco was in 1960, when a magnitude 5.8 quake killed about 12,000 people in Agadir on the Atlantic coast. The quake has raised concerns about the preparedness and resilience of Morocco's buildings and infrastructure to withstand seismic hazards. According to a 2019 report by the World Bank, Morocco is among the countries with high seismic risk but low levels of disaster risk management. The report recommended that Morocco invest more in strengthening its building codes, retrofitting existing structures, raising public awareness, and enhancing emergency response capabilities. The quake has also highlighted the vulnerability of Morocco's tourism sector, which is a vital source of income and employment for the country. Marrakech is one of Morocco's most popular destinations, attracting millions of visitors every year for its cultural heritage and natural beauty. The quake occurred during a peak season for tourism, as many people travel to Morocco for summer holidays or religious festivals. The impact of the quake on tourism could worsen Morocco's economic situation, which has already been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and its social and political repercussions. The earthquake is likely to have long-lasting effects on Morocco's society and development. Besides the human toll and material losses, the quake may also have psychological and emotional impacts on survivors who witnessed or experienced trauma. The quake may also pose challenges for Morocco's political stability and security, as it could exacerbate existing social grievances or trigger new ones. The quake may also affect Morocco's regional and international relations, as it could prompt more cooperation or competition among neighboring countries or external actors. The earthquake in Morocco was a devastating natural disaster that claimed hundreds of lives and caused widespread damage. The quake was a rare and unexpected event that exposed the vulnerability of Morocco's buildings and infrastructure to seismic hazards. The quake also affected Morocco's tourism sector, which is a key driver of its economy. The quake has drawn international sympathy and support from world leaders and organizations. The quake may have long-term implications for Morocco's society and development, as it could affect its psychological, political, economic, and security aspects. The quake has also highlighted the need for more investment and action in disaster risk management and resilience in Morocco and the region.